Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran. Today we got a special interesting build by Chicago as an enhancement shaman. I want you to guess what kind of a legendary and setup that might be running based off of these details. Either way, enjoy the video. Alrighty, we started Chicago going up versus Races as a demon hunter going in for a big old damage with the metamorphosis. Chicago eating the hunt to the face. Gonna be a backflip, double back for Races. Chicago just popping a wall and getting the hell out of dodge. Trying to maintain a flame shock into Reese's and Mo's. Big Earth Elemental joining the fight. He angry though too. With shackles and malediction for Reese's, Chicago trying to see if he can break the shackles. Is at least able to walk away from it. Massive heal recovering through the necrotics. Even taking a bite out of Reese's in raptor form. Chicago getting stunned up yet again. Reese's got plenty of damage. Big old I-beam onto Chicago with a fell rush right after. Lots of combo damage in Chicago. He just continued to survive it. Needs himself a little bit more healing. Trying to, I think, maybe get a interrupted by... Is he trying to get interrupted by Reese's on nature? Is that what's going on? Is he trying to get... Is he doing a thing? Is he about to do a thing? Is he about to do a thing? I'm not sure if he is. Is he trying to get it? Because it looked like he was trying to get interrupted on nature. And actually, looks like Chicago, even though they're the one playing defensive, Races, on the other hand, is just melting down little by little. Chicago, I think, is still playing the big flame shock damage for enhancement shaman. Shackle's going to be stunned by Reese. Chicago has to go for a trinket, going for burning off that mana with Maelstrom to get himself as much self-healing as possible. Reese's is going to be double backing for a second. Not completely out of the woods. You just watch this Chicago recovering over and over with the damage. Is actually pretty bad. Look at Reese's health, by the way. Look how he's melting while he's an execute. It's a thing that Chicago is playing right now. It's a flame shock build as an enhancement with Ghost Wolves joining the fight, probably not helping the situation. Frosty Raptors with a stun, and Chicago just kills the demon hunter with damage over time without even touching him, besides the Ghost Wolves themselves biting, or Ghost Raptors. He's actually got quite a bit of damn. Ronaldo is up next for Moonguard over on the team one, looking to compete versus Chicago. Big zaps coming out in the open, and Chicago, all they need is a flame shock. Put the enemy at low health, and then you can literally AFK. And apparently Chicago just melts people now. Shackles and malediction. Chicago doesn't have a way to break it. Looks like Sunder. I was gonna say, doesn't they have a Sunder? And that's gonna be Chicago with a little bit of necrotics on him. In Ghost Wolf just running out blind. Ronaldo, could he go for big damn? Has wings available. Big final verdict coming down with hammers to follow. But looks like it's not quite enough to finish off Chicago just yet. See how to work him down just for a little bit more, just a little bit longer. Chicago might have to start burning off that mana of Maelstrom in order to self-heal himself just a little bit. Also, whose stray cat is that? Is that Ronaldo's cat? Dude, everybody here got pets. Demon Hunter also had a pet. Ronaldo eating a couple of lightning bolts to the face, going for a flash of light. Did use a Sipica from the Kyrian, and he's A-okay, at least for the time being. Also, I kind of like that mismatched shoulders that he's got going on. You see that? One blue, and the other's like the Paladin, like TBC version, I believe it is. I want to say it is the TBC one. It actually looks kind of good. Not gonna. What tabard is this? It has to be like a guild tabard or something, right? I don't think it's any kind of tabard from like a faction or anything. Actually looks kind of good, not gonna lie. Stun onto Chicago. Ronaldo looking to get some damage in onto Chicago. Looking to maybe take him out. Ronaldo, though, is the one getting procced on out of nowhere. Even though Chicago is stunned, Ronaldo is the one that's melting. Do you guys see that? I don't believe it. Chicago just got some real big cheese as an enhancement shaman. And we're seeing that cheese happen. I thought that I saw something last week. Chicago was like, hey, you know what? Chicago actually shared with us what they were running. They actually shared with us what they were running. But the cheese is we actually get to see it for ourselves. The holes and all, the cheddar. We can see it, and we can see it so clearly, we can almost taste it. Hope you have a flavor for cheddar. Chicago, though, with Ronaldo, a little bit of a standstill as Ronaldo looking to just keep themselves recovered. Wings available for the Paladin if they needed. Trinket as well. No bubble. Blessing protection is the only big immunity they have, and Chicago could just with their hand, and it just disappears just like that. Chicago staying in travel form or raptor form for a little bit while the wings are up, trying not to let the Paladin at least connect the damage. Not even looking for cheesy interrupts or anything, just going for a bit of a healing surge while they got it. And that's going to be Ronaldo going for a stun on Chicago. Ronaldo does not have the same damage anymore. The wings procs are coming out. No final verdict to follow with this one, though, so it's a little bit different. Chicago's still taking pretty big hits either way. Got himself plenty of Maelstrom and mana to work with this. Shaka's Malediction on Ronaldo. Unless they have a Hodge, you can't really stop it. Ronaldo Blessing Protection. Chicago doesn't have to worry about it. That's her up onto Ronaldo. And that's going to be a big Storm Strike towards the end. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Necrolord OP. Well, the thing is, I don't think it's a Necrolord thing, really. I don't think it's a Necrolord thing, really, either. I mean, maybe to some extent, but not really. Chicago, he got... Actually, Chicago... Me and Chicago already know what's going on. Me and Chicago already know what kind of build this is. Cloak of Shadows up. Airless trying to make some damage happen. Chicago looking for a heal. Ghost Wolves are out to give him plenty of Maelstrom to work with it. And Chicago is feeling very healthy. Look at the range damage they've done. It looked like Airless was the one with the opener, but Airless was the one taking all the damage. Shadow doesn't quite get away from Chicago. Chicago not getting jigged by this rogue. Not getting jigged by him at all. Earth Elemental to keep the rogue in combat. At least he's going to have to help bash through the Flesh Cup. It looks like Flesh Cup isn't going to last long at all. Double Shadow Step. Does he have it? Got it this time. Kiddish out in Chicago just to get a reset. Does he get one with the Earth Elemental? Maybe potentially a Vanish out of Airless. Is going to get a Shiv onto the Earth Ellie. The Shiv on the Earth Ellie actually is going to help out a bit. Earth Ellie is able to catch up as the slow is up on a rogue. Getting a cheap shot on Chicago. Wall up for Chicago. That's going to be Vanish for Airless. Got a cooldown out of Chicago, the Shaman. And is looking for escape. Did bump Shadow Blades. So there is something here. That is something to consider. So Chicago is trying to fight against, I guess, the nature of things. I guess the nature of things in this animal kingdom of classes. The predator, the prey, the food pyramid. Shamans are pretty low, at least when compared to rogues generally. Flash Cutters up. Airless might actually be able to go Flash Cutter Zone. I don't know if it's available or not. 10 minutes into the duel. Who's going to win this one, boys? Sap on Chicago. Airless looking for a bit of a reset. Do they have any Flame Shocks rolling? I don't think so. I think they're clean. At least should be. Flash Scout off of that Sap. Oh no. Wait, actually just cancels it early just to get a kidney shot on Chicago. Going in for the spike. Trying to see if he can burn through Flash Scout. It looks like they're able to. Blind available for Airless. If you can get Chicago low enough, you might be in a good spot. Chicago just trying to see if he can slam out damage back to Airless. Going to be Flash Scout burned through. And Chicago should be able to maybe heal up. Healing surges up. That's going to be more Shadow Strikes flying for Airless. Wall is available with the Earth Elemental blind in Chicago. As Chicago does drop down a stun totem, going to be a Shadow Meld for Airless. And Chicago might just be able to save that Shrinker for later. Because Airless still has advantage, so Rogue has one more out. If they play this really clean, no more blind though. Chicago trinkets out of the kidney shot. Cheap shot to follow. At least the stuns would last nearly as long. Trying to make those eviscerates fly. Airless got plenty of defenses to work with. Chicago with that wall. Shaka's a Malediction. Has a Sunder to stop it. Airless got a low on health though. Might see the cloak over it. Does cloak. That was a quick fear on Chicago. Didn't last long at all. Walls out for Chicago. And Airless might not be able to make it out of here easily. Dots are in. And Chicago takes him out with a chain at the very end. What just happened? Oh my god, the Shaman, dude! The Shaman! Breaking the animal kingdom here. Breaking the chain of succession. The food chain has been broken. We don't need someone as the breaker of chains. We just need Chicago. Oh my god. What? Just he feels like his damage just comes out of nowhere sometimes. Stun to Klingy, able to maybe bust through the Flesh Scout. Barsket is up, Klingy with a Thorns, looking for big damage in Chicago. Chicago is playing up against a Pharaoh. That's a lot of pressure. Trying to go for a heal. Flesh Scout is up, no way to stop it. Chicago at least has 20% DR. Quick maim by Klingy, not playing the Many Soulbind to be immune to CC. God, the Ghost was up and running, should be able to kill himself. No Maelstrom for that healing. Now he's getting some. Now he's getting some. Shackles and Malediction. Does he have Sunder for this? Looks like he doesn't. That's going to be a wall for Klingy. Look at you maybe end this right now. Chicago in the Ghost Wolf does get himself enough Maelstrom to get a bit of a heal. That's going to be more Ghost Wolf just running out of there, healing himself as much as possible. 46% dampening. Klingy with a regrowth. Maybe Chicago looking for an interrupt. Looks like they don't get it. If they could just get a Flame Shock to Klingy, they'll be fine. Trying to go for a heal. Quick maim. Chicago has a wall. Might need to use it ASAP here. Does use a wall. Trying to make some damage happen versus Klingy. Big heals. And Klingy just going to walk out of there. Just walking now to get himself maybe a regrowth. If Chicago just keep him in combat, they'll be okay. Bash, very DR in Chicago, has a wall available. That's going to be Stun Totem. As the Sundering comes out, trinking it out of the Sundering. Chicago just trying to end the duel here if they can. Trying to maintain The flame shock damage over time. Clingy in bear form for a second. Cyclone coming out. Do they get interrupted though? Could get interrupted. That's going to be grounding totem. So Clingy got himself a cyclone off to Chicago, but couldn't quite make a play there. I think Chicago just trying to prevent the flesh scaff. He just would rather Clingy just go for regrowth. The flame shock and the damage right now. Look at the dot right now, dude. Look at this dot. It's sticking out into Clingy. Trying to regrowth it. But he self keeps going back down. Flesh scaff could potentially interrupt. It does go for the interrupt. Clingy doesn't get the benefits of interrupt. Gonna be a mammoth. Chicago trick out of it. Clingy is super low in health. Does Chicago take him out right here? Clingy tried to see if he can get a regrowth with a quick roar in Chicago. Sunder onto Clingy. Does Chicago take him out? It could be anyone's game at this point. Maybe Chicago gets interrupted on. Clingy with Ghostus on him. Chicago taking down the feral druid. And see Dark, see Vark, your boy, on a Shadow Priest trying out something different as Chicago by the end of the duel is basically literally at full health. This Shaman came in with some tricks, boys. He literally came in after the Chicago. I want to see your detailed breakdown of your damage. I want to see just if you could just screenshot me the details breakdown of your damage. That's all I want. That's all I need. That's all I need. Big PI is available for Sea Dark. Trying to get a bunch of pets in there. It's going to be the full Necrolord build. Trying to go for Void Eruption. Chicago choosing to interrupt it and try to get some damage onto Sea Dark right now. It was able to purge a bunch of his buffs, like PI, for example. Void Eruption almost making it out for Seavark. Trying to go for a bit of a heal. Chicago is under a lot of pressure. Stun Totem onto Seavark. Trinket it out of Sundering. Sounds onto Chicago. Unless Chicago is just going to walk out of there. Needs to get a little bit of healing. Just a little bit of healing. Was available for Chicago as well. Ghost was potentially soonish. Potentially. Maybe. Healing surges are available. And Chicago, at least getting some dots on the Seavark. At least he got the dots, and that should be a majority of his damage just making its way. Stun on Chicago with a Void Eruption. It's going to be lots of Void Bolts. If those hit Chicago, could be really bad. Wall this off, and that's the worst RNG you could have gotten. Seavark ended up getting kind of screwed by the PvP talent of those Void Eruptions. And Seavark in low health. Ghostos on him. The dot is ticking down. He got that green swirly around him, putting pressure on him. Look at the damage over time, dude. Look at that dot damage. Look at that thing. Oh my god. The Ghostos are not helping the case either. Sunder onto Sea Dark has a disperse. He's able to at least maybe heal a little bit. 65% healing reduction with Dampener. And he still has the dot. He's still in that execute range. Go for a little bit of a heal. Flash gun is up, getting trapped on Shadows. He's actually locked out on a lot of his damage. Let's see Dark back in that execute range. Mind control onto Chicago. Instead, it's a stun. Chicago trick inside of it, and it's over. And it's over. I think Seavark didn't even die. I think he just kind of left. And Chicago with the 1.2 million damage, 1.3 million in healing. Real quickly, Chicago. Can we please have a screenshot of your damage output? Real quickly, fam. Real quickly. Oh my god.